Welcome to Leigh's Reads for Leaders with Leigh Bailey, CEO of the Bailey Group. Leigh, what are you reading this week?
I've actually been doing some reading about the restructuring at General Mills from a variety of different sources, both from industry analysts and from a variety of different publications, just taking a perspective on what was behind that decision.
So which article are you going to tell us about today?
I'm going to focus on the article from the Star Tribune that was printed, I believe, on the 5th that described the layoff and then talked about what might be behind that.
So tell us more.
Well, based on the reading that I was able to do, it seems like there are a couple primary driving forces behind the decision. One is the packaged food industry in general is being challenged by sales growth challenges. They're not growing the way they would expect to and the way they have historically, which puts pressure on their margins. And one of the concerns about that is the risk of consolidation and somebody being forced to consolidate because shareholders aren't satisfied with the returns that they have. So that's one of the dynamics that's going on. The other dynamic I think that's going on is that there's been a succession planning process in place from the board at General Mills, and it appears that they've made a decision about who the internal front runner is for that. And as normally would happen in a succession planning process, they're consolidating various functions under the individual who is the likely, at least, internal successor in order to provide additional experience in anticipation of that succession.
So I have a wild card question for you. The announcement of these layoffs is coming right before the holidays, which might be tough for the employees of General Mills. My question for you is there any right time to announce layoffs?
You know, I think layoffs are always hard. One of the things that I would hope is that as a leading employer, and I'm almost certain it's the case, that they'll provide significant support to employees who are impacted by the layoff. It's a bad time of year. And I don't know, one of the things I've wondered about, or I wondered to myself about, was the timing driven by some sort of fiscal issue that they needed to deal with, or exactly what that was. But the reality is it's hard anytime. And the hope is, and I think organizations like General Mills provide things like outplacement and support around thinking about what is the next stage for employees who are leaving the organization. The other thing, hopefully, much like Target, employees at General Mills are well regarded, and we're in a marketplace in the Twin Cities that is very low unemployment, and the macroeconomic environment is very strong. So the hope and the expectation would be that these employees would be in demand, at least in this marketplace, for openings in other organizations that are looking for talented people.
Great. Well, we will link to the article below, and thank you for letting us know what you're reading this week.
Thanks, Chris.